The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some independent OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to healthy living and weight loss will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. In addition, this audio may contain income or earnings representations of some independent OPTAVIA coaches. OPTAVIA makes no guarantee of financial success. Success with OPTAVIA results from successful sales efforts, which requires hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Please see the OPTAVIA income disclosure statement for statistics on actual earnings of coaches under the U.S. compensation plan, which differs from the international compensation plan. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
I'm Charlyn Greene, and I'm so happy to be with you tonight to share with you more about our full offering. I want to pause for a minute, though, and share more of my story of who I am and where I really came from into this journey. I found out about this actually on social media, and from speaking at a live event, I found out more, and my interest was piqued because somebody mentioned this company that they had a fantastic weight loss component, and they really help people change their life. And I was very curious about that because I was looking for weight loss. And it came to my mind as I've been coaching that that's what I really thought maybe this was the company that just did that, but we do so much more. And I want you guys to see the pictures here because these pictures really tell the tale of my life opening up and expanding. So there's me then, here's me now. And I think that really my posture, my stance, and the just vibrancy of my life, the picture tells the story. You can see up in the top left corner, after I got really healthy with my body, I fulfilled a lifelong dream and I began scuba diving. And that was just something so exciting. Got to do that with my wonderful husband, Lee, who you can see here in the picture of us lounging by the pool in the Dominican Republic. And I've been able to take my children with me on this journey by helping them to begin to live their best life, to raise their consciousness, their awareness, and really start to pursue their own dreams. More importantly, though, I was able to organize my life, which is right here in front of you, around what matters most, which is my family and helping the world, impacting the world so people could have a better life.
Hey, Charlyn.
And
Charlyn.
yeah,
sorry,
Kevin.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I love what you're saying. It's so important. The slides that you're trying to show us, they're not showing for some reason. We can't see.
Oh, Kevin, I'm so glad that you told me. Let's try that again.
I want to see your beautiful pictures so much.
Kevin, I'm so glad that you told me that. Well, guess what? Here we are now. Here we're showing them now. Can you see them? Yes? Kevin?
I muted. Yes, they're beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is great, you guys. And so, hey, technology, gotta love it. So now you guys can see my scuba diving picture. Now you can see me then and now. Now you can see Lee, my wonderful husband, and my beautiful kids. And I don't want to forget my dog. So this was me then, this is me now, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting because I'm living my better life. Okay, so you guys, this is what we do. We coach lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. That's what we do in OPTAVIA, and that's what's happened for me in my life. And I want to just pause for a minute before we move into some of our transformation stories that are very inspiring and talk about our mission and our credibility. You know, we're really all about our mission, which I just shared with you is helping people create a lifelong transformation. And our company is incredible. They're our partner. They're headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland. And it's a very trustworthy company. Actually, Forbes voted us in 2017 as America's most trustworthy company list. We made that list. And our credibility is definitely there. But what I really love is our mission. And I want to thank Dr. Anderson tonight for being a co-founder of our company and really bringing his passion and his love of humanity to serve mankind. You know, he became a doctor many years ago and took that oath and decided to take it on a whole new level to help people really create well-being with their body, their mind, and their finances, because all three work together. And so I want to thank Dr. Anderson for doing that for the world, but specifically for doing it for me. You know, when I just found this 5 years ago, and I wish I'd found it earlier in my life, it would have changed my life so much more. But I found it now, and that's what matters. And I am forever grateful that we have such a great partnership with OPTAVIA, our corporate company, and then also with Dr. Anderson as our co-founder, that he continues to create amazing tools for us. And this is really what I want you guys to know tonight, is that we are not just flying by the seat of our pants. We actually are a very solid company with 4 components to our system. And these 4 components really are what make the difference. For over 20 years, I was dieting and trying to find a solution to get my body healthy so that I could do the things I really wanted to do with my life and really live a more expanded life. But all I was focused on was that 4th picture was what I was eating. And that doesn't work. We actually have a comprehensive system that includes 4 components: your OPTAVIA Health Coach, the Habits of Health Transformation System, a community, and a vibrant, really incredible OPTAVIA community, and a fuel system. And the fuel system is actually scientifically designed, and it's going to be customized out of our plans. We're going to recommend for you the right program depending on what your health goals are, where you are now and where you want to be. So I want to pause for just a minute before we move on, and I want to share with you that the OPTAVIA coach is actually your guide. You know, it's a real human being, and in our digitalized world, that's an incredible gift for you. And they're going to guide you on your journey. They're going to connect you with the resources that we have, help you with your transformation system of know where to focus as you're moving through it. And they're really going to give you that knowledge and that caring and that one-on-one support as you move through the process. So, and we're going to talk about the coach tonight, who the coaches are and how coaching works. And so I wanted to highlight that component because that really sets us apart. And I really love what we get to do, and I'm excited to share more with you tonight. So let's kind of continue down the road now that you understand that we have 4 components so that as a coach, we can just be guiding the client through the process. I do want you to know too, that we actually have a full offering of healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. And this is so important because they all work together, as I said earlier. If you just have one and not the others, your life is going to be lacking. And that when you get those 3 really moving, it creates optimal health. And that's what we're interested in. Most people actually enter through the healthy body because it's such a pressing need, but not everybody. Some people already have that going and they jump in because they say, I want to create healthy finances right now or healthy mind. And some people jump in from the beginning to all that we offer because they want it all. So where are you at in this? That's something to think about on your journey. And I'm excited to bring on the amazing Kevin Rogerson, the person that saved me earlier and let me know that technology wasn't working. But we got to be a part of Kevin's transformation as part of his team of becoming the best version of himself. So Kevin, I love your story, and I'd love for you to come on and share a little bit about the rewards of health coaching in your life and how it's really transformed your life.
Yes, thank you so much. So excited to share tonight. And man, has OPTAVIA coaching changed my life. I will start by saying I am completely in love with being an OPTAVIA coach and this gift that we give away to so many other people. It's mind-blowing. It changes everything if you will lean into it. And I want to start by kind of telling you how I found OPTAVIA. So this is how it all came to be. I had this amazing buddy that I taught how to be a nurse, which is really cool because then he got to reciprocate some of that and teach me how to be a health coach. But met him through nursing, and just remember when I saw his amazing transformation on Facebook or social media or whatever, how amazing is social media, like life-changing that we get to connect with so many people in that way. But saw his transformation, and the truth is I get a little bit sad, maybe a little bit here, but I saw that he had this amazing life. I saw that he had this amazing transformation. He seemed so happy. He seemed that he was living at such a higher level, and I wasn't. I was mediocre at best in my life. Now, I didn't have a mediocre wife. I have an amazing wife. I have an amazing 3 children that you saw in the picture before. Matter of fact, most everything about my life was amazing, except for me. Like I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. I didn't feel like I was doing what I was called to do in life. And part of that was my health was in shambles. And so when I reached out, saw Hiram, my buddy, who got me started on this, I dove in. I dove in all the way because I was so desperate for that better life where I could prioritize the things that mattered the most to me instead of trying to work my life around work. And I don't know if you guys know, but if you're in the medical field, like I worked 3 12-hour shifts, some weeks 4 12-hour shifts, and mostly on the weekends. So I definitely was missing out on family time. I was missing out on time with my friends. I was missing birthdays. I was missing all this stuff. And I felt like I was desperate and hopeless in that situation. Like I was just going to be in that situation for the rest of my life. There was nothing I could do. I found OPTAVIA. I started getting healthy. I became a coach really early on because I saw the power in this program and what it could do to not just transform my life, but transform the lives of others. And I took off with it. I loved it. And the cool thing that happened on the backside of that is the one thing for sure I want you to get out of this is now I get to prioritize the things that matter the most to me around my job or what I get to do with OPTAVIA. And there's this quote I want to share. It says, "The things that matter most must never be at the mercy of the things that matter the least." And I was definitely the opposite of that before OPTAVIA. One more thing I definitely want you to pick up from this too is that feeling of being trapped and just knowing that you're not. You know, like we were talking about with Element 1 on the Habits of Health call, if you were on that, and it was amazing. Knowing your current reality is so important because then you can know where you're going. But know your current reality is not a trap. It's not hopeless. You're not able to be stuck there the rest of your life if you choose to create a better future. OPTAVIA gave me all the tools to create a better future and also give that better future away to other people. So I'm so blessed by OPTAVIA. It is an amazing program, amazing opportunity to change not just your own life, because you will change your own life when you dive in, but change the life of others. So thank you, Charlyn. Please take it back away, but thank you so much for this time.
Kevin, thank you so much for sharing with us. And you guys, you can see that it's really about creating a life around what matters to you. And, you know, as we were looking at Kevin's pictures when he got started, you can see here that he's got a full little life with these three kiddos, his beautiful wife, Kelly. And what I love is the OPTAVIA community of coaches and how we've got to know them at a whole nother level beyond just being a client and travel and have fun and play together. I think the relationships and friendships are what make life sweet. So Kevin, thank you for sharing your story and congratulations on all the success of building a life you love, but helping other people too. And I want you guys to know that this is really a health epidemic happening in our country. So our offering is incredibly needed and relevant and welcomed by people in the world. And so the worldwide statistics I want you to know about obesity is that it's nearly tripled since 1975. And, you know, just even for me, as I drive past the schools or my kids are now graduated from high school, when I would go in there last year, I was shocked at how many of the friends and people that were in high school, the children's friends and their high school colleagues actually were already in this category as a 10th, 11th, 12th grader that I could visibly see. And so I know that it is an epidemic and we want to help people there. And it's interesting, as I read this other statistic to me, that most of the world's population actually lives in countries where overweight and obesity kills more people than being underweight does. So, you know, forever when I was growing up, it was about people starving. And now it's actually that overweight and obesity kills more people in those countries where most of the population lives. And so, again, we want to really help people not just live a life, but live a really transformational, healthy life. And as I was showing you the slide earlier about healthy body, mind, and finances, equally as important is your mindset and your healthy finances. The statistics in America about finances is that almost a third of adults with partners, so 31% of this report, that money is a major source of conflict in their relationship, that it's a major source of conflict, which we know is stress. And that's very dangerous for our healthy body. 69% of workers were stressed over their finances, with fully 72% admitting to worrying about their personal finances at work. And I just want to pause on that and share with you guys that, you know, as you get your finances healthy and you release that stress, you get to do things in your life that you'd only dreamed of doing. You have the opportunity to live those. And so how does healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances, how would you categorize the most important one? I think they're equally as important, especially the healthy mind, which is what the transformation system, you saw the picture earlier. That's the one that actually helps you create that micro environment of health around you, which is kind of like a shield. It's like a force field. So when the world's massive dysfunction and all the emotional like pull on you comes, you've got the tools to really handle that. So coaching actually is so incredible because it addresses all three at a higher level. So I want to move on down the road actually to snowy Montana. And I want to bring on another one of our wonderful coach partners and one of my good friends, Kendra Helvey, to talk a little bit about her transformation through OPTAVIA and the rewards of coaching in her life. So Kendra, are you live with us?
I am. Thank you. Hi, guys. I am just so honored to be here and kind of share my heart with you for the next couple minutes. I live, like Charlyn said, in a little tiny town in Montana. We don't have a stoplight either way for almost 100 miles. And so for me, I was my own limiting belief. I always thought, like, no one will want to coach with me, no one will want to do this with me, but I was stuck in such a scarcity mindset that I wasn't showing up as my best self. And I love what coaching gives with this, because once your body's getting healthy, your mind just wants more and wants to get healthy with it. And so I just thought, working at the county attorney's office, this was going to be my life. This was for the next 30 years. This is what I was going to do. But while transforming my health, my mind got a lot healthier too. And so I just really would encourage you to dive into the Habits of Health and the Life book, because that for me has changed everything. I know that my body getting healthier has transformed, and the ripple effect of it as well. My little small town, so many people are getting healthy, but it's also, like Kevin said, the power of social media, helping people from Alaska to Florida. You just never know who, by sharing your story and your heart, who you're really going to affect. And that's the best part about coaching, because now my husband and I, that you saw on that last slide, we are talking to our kids differently. We are showing up differently. We are happier from the inside out. And that's really one of the best gifts that coaching has ever given me, was really pulling out who was the real Kendra. I really didn't know, because I was stuck in that scarcity mindset instead of thinking of abundance and who can I share this with and who can I show up and serve, and really just being authentically you. And so that's, Charlyn, my best piece about coaching is showing up differently to people that I never even knew was inside me. And so share your story, share your heart, and you never know who you're going to bring alongside you, because my husband's always been our dreamer, and I was always the one, kind of putting that down. We can't do that. We live in a small town, but I was holding us back. And once I started doing that and letting myself kind of show up and be happy and really digging into who I really want to be and loving myself, the ripple effect has been enormous. And that's what I so love about coaching, is you never know who's going to come into your life and who you're now going to have lifelong friends and family with. And so, Charlyn, thank you for having me. Back to you.
Kendra, thank you so much. I love it. I like we're on a little news show. Back to you. And so, Kendra, your story is so inspiring. And again, as we look at these pictures of Kendra, you guys, she really moved into being more of who she truly is. And it's amazing, as the weight leaves our body, we tend to get rid of other things that are weighing us down. And one of those was for Kendra, that job actually that she was working at that was keeping her from being with these precious babies. And she was able to, through the rewards of health coaching, rearrange her life about that. And getting to know her and Casey and their beautiful children, it's just such a privilege of journeying together in this life of coaching. I love it. So Kendra and Kevin, thank you for sharing your stories. I hope you guys are feeling inspired. We've got a few more minutes together, and I want to share with you now actually some of the ins and outs of coaching, starting with the benefits, kind of the rewards of becoming an OPTAVIA coach. So you've been hearing about them, but let's kind of define a few. It's going to reinforce your decision actually to be healthy. And what I really love about this one is, if I was going to sum that up in one word, that would be accountability, baby. It's been so incredible, because what we're talking about, what we're sharing, it's on our consciousness, it's on our mind. And so we naturally become more of that. And so I love the accountability of coaching. It's not that I need to be at my perfect health in order to coach somebody. It's that actually I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about, am I drinking my water? Am I in my life book? How's my, habits going with my healthy eating? How's my mindset? Our 6 macro habits are really so powerful for our health. And I'm talking and thinking about those, so I'm living them. I'm becoming more of it. Love that reason for being a health coach, if that was it alone, but there's so much more. We get to pay it forward to other people and make a difference. If I was going to sum that up in one word, I would say the word impact. I get to really make an impact on the world as an influencer for wellness and well-being and health for people. That feels amazing. That's kind of for me the paycheck of the heart. You know, and my husband and I, we coach together now. We didn't in the beginning. He joined me on the journey. Well, he actually became the coach first, but he didn't know he was going to have to talk to people. So he eventually came out of his shell, and now he's a huge part of our coaching business. And you know what I really love about that was he said to me one day, I had no idea how incredible it would be to have somebody call you and thank you for changing their life. They changed their life, you guys, but you're the guide. You're part of the process. It feels incredible. So I love serving mankind that way. And then, of course, fun and rewarding. And if I was going to sum that up in one word, what do you think that would be? I'm going to say play. And that's a big one because I know in my 20s and my 30s, and even in my early 40s before I found this wonderful way of life, I wasn't playing enough because I really wasn't having enough fun in my life. I was working too much and I wasn't really consciously fully in my life. So it's fun and rewarding because you get to play more as you gain more freedom. But I would say that the community of coaches and the friendships that I've made is a huge part of that fun and rewarding. So that would be play and community. And then compensation. Now, this is the healthy financial piece. And I want to really encourage you, that possibility is there for you. And that's going to be actually the real compensation. Our compensation plan is incredible. You can explore that more. But it's also the currency of goodwill, of doing good, serving mankind, as I mentioned earlier, and really fulfilling your financial goals, your financial needs. Until, you know, my goal is to have just the ability just to really bless the world and be a giver at a huge level more than I ever have before. Because as I've been able to fulfill those things, now I'm looking at how can I help change the world? So I really love what we get to do in coaching for all these rewards. And last but least would be leave a legacy. And it's interesting, a lot of people don't actually understand the word legacy. What it actually means is that you're leaving something behind when you're not here anymore for someone else and for the organization or the family or the group that you serve. And I love that we're serving a lot of people. And so we're leaving a big legacy with what we do with OPTAVIA. So you guys, as you move into coaching, we have, as I mentioned, an incredible compensation plan. We have a very progressive growth model as well. And that is everybody starts off as an OPTAVIA coach. And I love that. And that's just coaching a couple of people, a few people here and there. It starts growing, it starts rippling out, because as people are actually using our transformational system and they're showing up at their regular lives, people are like, wow, your body's changing. Or they're thinking, wow, you're so much nicer or so much more conscious or so much healthier in just the way that you interact with people. Because that's actually part of our life book. That's coming up pretty soon in one of your elements. And that's incredible because now that's going to ripple out and more people are going to want what we offer. And you have the opportunity at any time to move forward into becoming a business coach. And then of course, as that ripples out and more people are getting healthy because they want more of what we have, you can move into the place of business leader. And we have step-by-step structure to help you create this type of a business should you desire to move in that direction. So I love our progressive growth model, and it's been so fun for me to move along the path of this along with Lee, and to, more importantly, to take other people with us. So really, how does it work? Well, I want to give you a couple of ins and outs of OPTAVIA. First, we're a relational model. It's focused on optimal well-being, and it's about building relationships. And I like that. You know, we're really not in sales, we're in service. We're not interested in selling and telling. We're interested in sharing and caring and helping people that are ready to start their journey, that are saying, yes, I'm ready to begin. And you guys, I promise you that there's so many people in the world looking, and they don't know yet that we are here. So we have a lot of work to do. We are self-employed and we're independent, which of course I love. You can do this anytime you want to, full-time, part-time, a little time. You know, that's a wonderful opportunity in your life. And then I love that it's a very low startup, very low, and really very low operating cost as well. But what I really love the most is that there's no inventory. There's nothing like that. As a coach, you are the guide. The inventory and all the transactional part of that is done by our wonderful OPTAVIA corporate partner. And I love that we do not have to mess with any of that because it keeps the main thing focused on the main thing focused, which is actually on the clients and on the coaches that I get to serve and support and that you'll get to do in your business as you move along. Okay, it's a flexible business. You can work from anywhere. Lee and I have so many pictures of working around the world with our OPTAVIA business. It's incredible. from anywhere, I think pretty much with your cell phone, some internet service, maybe a laptop and your client support binder, you could rock this business, and I certainly have. And then there's no quotas. There's no monthly purchase required. We have great training and we have great tools to support you. And one thing that's not on this slide that I would love to say too is that there's no discount when you become a coach on anything that you'd be using for fueling your own body. And I really love that a lot, because that means that all the people that are joining us on our mission are joining us for the mission and to create their own optimal well-being in their life. And that creates a powerful community. All right, so let's see what else we've got tonight. Well, I like this one a lot too, because this is about OPTAVIA coach support. And that's the last thing that was on that slide, was we've got a great support system. So we have a comprehensive training center that's very interactive for you, video training and all different kinds of digitalized tools so that you can grab them when you need to with your busy life schedule. And you can learn as you earn with that OPTAVIA Learning Center, but also with your business coach and your mentorship team. It's a really incredible in OPTAVIA, you guys, that there's a real person guiding you that actually understands our business model and how to help you get the most out of helping others, as far as being very skilled at that and building a very successful business if that's the path that you want to go on. We employ team coaching, which is where we come alongside you. We transfer the skill to you, and an apprentice style training as you grow, which is really powerful. The most powerful way to do something is to learn it with someone doing it with you. I remember when I was in my 30s, my mom's like a master baker, which might be why I so badly needed our optimal well-being plan for my body. But I remember I wanted to make a pie crust. And my mom would always say, well, you just do this, this, and this. Okay, so do that. And I was like, Mom, I cannot understand what you're saying. Could you actually stand behind me and show me how to put, with my hands, your hands on my hands, how to put the pie thing in there and do the crust, the way she did it. And she did. And that's how I learned it, was doing it right with her, showing me how instead of just telling me. And that's what I think of when I think of an apprentice model. And that's what I love doing here with people. And I love that you can work at your own pace. You set the course where you want to go, or no, yes, we'll set the course for you of how you want to go, and you set the pace. I almost got that backwards. Oops. We'll set the course for you, and you tell us where you want to go, of this is how you get there, and you set the pace at how fast or slow you want to go. There's no pressure. I love that. And then it's optional for local, regional, national wellness and training events. These are so incredible to plug into. The power of community, again, is huge. So we have an incredible coach support system for you waiting, and a community for you to join as well. So wrapping up tonight, you guys, I'm so happy that I got to spend this time with you. I'd really love to invite you to join our OPTAVIA mission of lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time, and help the world create health and well-being. I've totally loved being with you. Thank you so much for this time. I want to thank Kendra for sharing, Kevin for sharing, and I want to invite you, as this wind of change, this has blown through your life and you've watched this, to really consider the possibilities of where you would like for your life to look different. What matters most to you, and how you can lean in, become a more expanded version of yourself, more consciousness, more community, and more freedom in your life. It's waiting for you. Dive in. We'd love to have you part of our community. Thank you so much.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some independent OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. In addition, this audio may have contained income or earnings representations of some independent OPTAVIA coaches. OPTAVIA makes no guarantee of financial success. Success with OPTAVIA results from successful sales efforts, which requires hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Please see the OPTAVIA income disclosure statement for statistics on actual earnings of coaches under the U.S. compensation plan, which differs from the international compensation plan. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.